All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are dropping the entire subframe just so I can put in the rear differential subframe bushings. As you can see, those ones are the stock OEM ones, so they're about 25 years old now. Now I have energy suspensions in the subframes already, as you can see those red there. I don't know why I didn't do that about 3 years ago when I put those in. 3 years later, I'm in quarantine, I have nothing to do, so I'm gonna drop all this and change those out. So some things I have already done. As you can tell, I've already removed the exhaust. I've already removed the suspension in the rear. I have removed the drive shaft and the wheels, as you can see right here. So my wheels, my exhaust, my drive shaft, and the rear suspension. A lot of the times guys will take this off, and in doing so, when they drop it all as one piece, they take off the brake caliper line here and it leaks everywhere. And then you got, air in your lines. Then you're gonna have to bleed your brake lines. So the thing you can do is just don't unhook it from here. Just take the entire caliper off of the rotor and kind of just hang it right there, so you don't have to take off the brake line. It's no need, doesn't drip, nothing. So we'll go ahead and drop this and we're gonna get going. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention, there are a couple bolts on the bottom of this subframe. There's two 14 millimeters before you can get to this 17. I've already taken those off. I've already loosened all the nuts that hold the subframe up. As you can see, that nut is missing as well as that side. So it's just about ready to lower down. So after you remove all that, we'll go ahead and lower all the subframe down altogether. Do keep in mind your emergency brake lines are probably attached still, so you want to go as slow as possible so you don't rip those things out. So what we're gonna do is try and remove this as one piece. We'll see if it's caught up on anything. I have my jack on the actual differential at the moment, kind of balancing it, and I'm gonna lower it slowly and see if it falls down. Remember, you want to go slow like that. As you can see, you still have your brake lines up in there. See if I can get a better shot. This brake line here runs through there and it's attached. But with the Z32 brake lines, it's pretty hard to take it off. So more likely what you'll want to do is drop it from the center, right above the drive shaft. I'm gonna lower this as much as possible and see how much slack we still have on those. So we're pretty much all the way off with the subframe studs. You can see that front one there. The rear ones kind of have a little bit left, but there's not too much slack on the e-brake. So have to get in there and probably undo them from that e-brake up there. Make sure there's nothing still bolted down. Let's check it out. Yep, as they're still bolted in a little bit, what's probably best is that there's two 12s right under here that hold them together, that kind of hold them on this T-piece. Probably a good idea just to actually remove them from here so we can get these bolted out. got the subframe out, but in order to get to those pieces back there, first I'll need to undo these bolts here that hold the diff in. I'll flip this up. I'll take off each axle here. Take it off here. And once I have those off, I'll be able to undo this one here, this one there, and then around the back. There's these 19 millimeters that are here as well. Once I take all those off, those four, I can get this diff out of this seat here, out of its spot. Then I can begin to work on this, and we'll go ahead and get these OEM bushings out, and I'll show you how to do that. So stay tuned. And once you pop out these bushings, these cups here, you'll want to go ahead and clean all of the rubber off of this so it's nice and smooth, because you're going to put this cup inside the energy suspension bushing. So you need to save these, don't ruin these, don't cut these up. After you get those out also, you will notice that there is also another metal bushing in here. You can kind of see that. You're gonna want to take that one out. So you can get a Sawzall and kind of make a line, then get a flathead and hit it so it kind of crumples on itself. But you're gonna want to take those metal little sleeves out. So again, you can use a Sawzall and get those out, but remember, you do not want to ruin those. go. I'm gonna be very careful when cutting through there. But now we'll just go ahead and clean up those little barrels in here, make them nice and smooth. And we'll also clean off the cup, and then we're ready to put it back in. It's pretty difficult to get these in. The way I was able to do it was grease the inside up and just kind of stick it in and get a board in there and kind of push it as far as you can. And I kind of grab something to wedge the other side because you'll see it'll start to kind of elope. So as long as you get it in there, you can hammer that side in. This one's done. And then it's probably going to be very difficult again, but try to do this one for you. Like this. And next, after you get those settled in there, what you want to do is take our cups,